we are going to learn fondant figurines. Yes. Everything about fondant figurine. I'm going to teach you how to start from scratch, how to use it, how to knead it, how to color it, what texture to look for, how to make it a sturdy structure, everything we are going to make today. But before we start, I have a wonderful message coming in. Divya says, I got order for chai masala tea cake. Congratulations, Divya. I'm so happy. Give it your best shot, and I'm sure your customers are going to love it. Okay. Now, before any further ado, we are going to start with the class. But today our setup is going to be a little different. It's not going to be from this side, but I have to set it up from the other side because I want you to be able to see it closely. Okay. So just give me 2 to 3 minutes. I'll just set up the camera once, and meanwhile you can again take a break for 2 to 3 minutes. I'll just be back in 2 to 3 minutes. I just need the camera set up. Okay. I hope everybody is in and everybody is active. And I hope I'm audible. Quick check. Yes, no in the comments, please, quickly. To everyone. Wonderful. So just give me 2 minutes. I'll just set it up quickly and I'll show you what all tools we require, everything in detail. Okay. 2 minutes. Okay. Hi, everybody. So I hope the setup is clear to you. Is it visible? Give me a yes, no quickly. And I'm audible also. Quick check. Because whatever I'm going to make today, I'm going to make it here. All right. So that it's visible to you clearly. Because these are tiny toppers that we're going to work on. And we need to be able to, I want all of you to have a clear view of what I'm doing so that you can see it properly. So we'll start with fondant. So I prefer working with fondant with bare hands because if I use a glove, then it will have marks on my fondant. So I've washed my hands properly and sanitized well, and then you start working with your bare hands. Okay. Now, if you start working with a glove, it's completely your choice. But I don't like the kind of crease that it gives onto my fondant. So that's why I prefer using my bare hands. Now, the fondant that I'm using today is Vision. Okay. And I will show you how to knead it. It's wonderful. It's smooth and it's so soft to use. I'll show you how to do it. This one we have already kneaded and we have kept it. Can you see how soft it is? Can you see my impression of the hand? Okay. Can I get a new pack of Vision if you have it? Yes. So this is how a new pack comes in. Once you open it, you have this pack that is there. Okay. So this is the new pack of like the pack of Vision that comes in. And when you open it, you have whatever color you want. White. There are lovely colors, beautiful colors available also, but we would want to start with white. So I'm keeping the yellow aside and you open the packet and you knead it. Now we have already done the prep by kneading it. हटा लो ये वाला ना. Okay, so I will tell you what the texture should be when you're looking to use fondant. Now, can you see how curdled it looks? Is it visible? Yes, no? In the chat box, please, so that I can see. Yes. So at this stage, if you want to roll it, it will not give you a very smooth rolled fondant, or you cannot use it for a smooth finish. Can you see how it looks? When you open a pack, this is how it's going to look. Okay. Now, when you start using fondant, you have to knead it. See, once you start kneading it, it will tear it. It will break it like this. Okay. And what we have to do is we will have to knead it. Use your palm to knead it. See, this is called kneading. Somebody is saying that the video is not clear. Is the video not clear? I'm using my back camera. It should be absolutely clear. Why is it not clear? It's clear, right? Megha is saying clear. Shraddha is saying clear. Renu clear. Radhika clear. Please check your network connection. All those who are saying it's not clear. Diksha is saying not. Rest of you are saying clear. एक बार network check करिए please. Yes, back camera is always better than front camera. So I'm using the back camera so that it's more clear for you. Okay? On my screen, it's absolutely clear. Okay? Now, see, when we need it, it becomes stretchy. It is not going to tear. See? Right? It was tearing easily, but now when we need it, it becomes stretchy. See how pliable it is, how soft it is? Super soft, right? Now, how much do we have to knead? So we have to understand once it becomes stretchy and it comes together, your fondant is done kneading. Now, how do we check? We do a stretch like this. And if we see that there are no elephant skin or cracks on it, which now fondant behaves in two different ways. Okay? So fondant behaves in two different ways. One, it can behave like a dry fondant, and another, it can be mushy and sticky. So when you feel that the fondant is dry, then we use vegetable shortening to it. You can use this Purex shortening. Okay, it's called vegetable shortening. No ghee, tail, dalda, oil, nothing. All right, spoon. So take out a little shortening. Take out a little shortening and start kneading it. And if you feel that your fondant is super sticky, mushy, then you use a little bit of corn flour. No icing sugar, no, cornstarch. And in place of shortening, we don't use ghee, tail, dalda, olive oil, nothing. No butter. Take out a little shortening and keep it on your counter. And take a little bit. Okay, put it here, fold it, and knead. It will come together. If you feel that your fondant is super sticky, mushy, and it's sticking onto your hands, then you use a little bit of corn flour. Followed? No margarine, please. And do not ask me margarine, ma'am, ghee, ma'am, tail, ma'am, butter, ma'am. No. If those were options, I would have already given you. Okay? So when I'm saying vegetable shortening, you should use vegetable shortening. Now, we will knead it. When you knead it, it will come together beautifully and it will be soft and smooth and it will give you the best of fondant. See, soft. See? All right. So when your fondant is dry, add vegetable shortening to it. If your fondant is sticky, mushy, then use corn flour. Followed? Now, once you're done kneading, you will always cling wrap it and keep it. Never keep your fondant exposed. If you keep your fondant exposed, then the kneading that you have done, your fondant is going to dry out. So please do not keep your fondant exposed. All right? Now, so प्राची आप ध्यान से सुनिए क्लास को. क्लास जब फिनिश हो जाएगी कोई क्वेश्चन होगा तो हम क्वेश्चन लेंगे. Okay? I'm not done with the class yet. So please wait. Now, what did I say? I have taught you which fondant to use, how to knead it to make it soft and supple, how to soften it when it's dry, how to bring it together when it's sticky, mushy. All right? Now, I will teach you how to color fondant. I will go step by step. Okay? Now I'm dividing the white fondant into two, and I'm using the soft gel color. For fondant, always use gel colors. Okay? No liquid colors, please. Vegetable shortening, shortening. Vegetable shortening. All right? Yes. If you have questions from what I'm doing, please post that. Now, I will use little bit of color, make a cavity here. I hope you can see it well. Or should I make it a little towards me? Itna kafi hai? Is it visible? Yes, better? Okay. Now, I'm adding in a little color. So we will always add little by little. Okay? Itna sa? Because if we want a darker shade, we can always add in. But if you want a lighter shade and you have already added a lot of color, then taking it out is going to be difficult. You have to add a lot of white fondant to it, which is again a wastage, right? When you knead it with color, make sure the color directly doesn't touch your hands, but it's beautifully kneaded within the fondant. Then fondant will have color. Otherwise, if the color is onto your hands, it will not have color on the fondant, but the color will be wasted and it will be completely onto your hands. Now, I'm the only one artist who has used the amount of fondant that we use throughout the year in India. So we have a record for that. Okay. So when I'm asking you to do things with fondant, I know what I'm telling you. I have been using this since years now. And because of fondant, my journey has been what it is today. So you cannot avoid working with fondant. If your customers don't want a fully fondant cake, you have semi fondant cakes to work on. See how beautiful the color looks. Smooth. Can you see how smooth it looks? Clear? Okay. Now, I'm using this navy blue. So I will use a little bit of blue again. So if you want more color, you can always add in more color, right? But the colors are really potent. So a little bit of color goes a long, long way. Now fold it in. This is called kneading fondant. Yes, these are Bakersville colors. The colors are really, really good. Beautiful shades. Knead it until it's completely combined. In between your palm. अच्छे से knead करो. Done. So we have made two colors. Now I've taught you how to knead fondant, how to color it, how to control it when it's mushy, how to control it when it's dry. Did you make your notes? Now, there is one more thing that we need to do while we are working. Keep a wet towel handy, okay? So that you can wipe your hands in between when working with colors. Now I will straight away go on to making the human figurine. We will start with the human male figurine because it's standing. So round. Now, to make a figurine, to make a standing figurine, you have to understand that if a figurine is standing, suppose let me show you. I have this. Can you see him? Handsome hunk, dude, visible. Okay. So when you have to make a standing figurine, you have to take care of certain things. Okay. Also, you have to dry it out. It's completely dried. Can you hear the sound? सुनाई दे रहा है? Can you hear it? It's completely dried. Okay. Now, I'll start with the male figurine. Few things. I'm going step by step, considering that you all are beginners and you have no idea about fondant, so that I do not miss out on any particular tip that I have. This is how I prefer teaching. If you know about it, well and good. It's going to be a revision for you. Some of you also know few wrong things. Okay. Suppose somebody was recently asking, ma'am, can I use Tylose powder instead of corn flour? No, you cannot. टाइलोस पाउडर का फंक्शन एंड कॉर्नफ्लावर का फंक्शन बिल्कुल अलग होता है. बोथ द Tylose powder and corn flour is used for different purposes. I'll explain where to use Tylose. All right, now. So when we have to make the male figurine, we have to start with the bottom first. Now, when we are making a figurine, we have to understand that we make it into parts, not like a human body that it's made of a single unit, right? Our head, body, bust, legs, arms, everything is a single unit. But when we make figurines, we have to make them in parts. Okay. Now, how do we make it in parts? We have to start with the bottom first. So, for the standing male figurine, we have to start with the legs first. Followed? Samajh mein aa raha hai? Now, how do we start? We start with the pants. The color of the pant I'm taking is brown today. So now whenever you have to use darker colors, I would always suggest when you buy fondant, please buy white and the primary colors like red, navy blue, black. So you will buy white, black, navy blue, red, because otherwise making these colors are going to take in a lot of gel color and it will make it bleed, and it will also make it super bitter. And there are paste concentrates available in the market. Those colors are super expensive. It's better to buy a 250-gram pack of fondant. All right. So you are going to buy white, black, red, navy blue, and chocolate brown. So how did I make this color? I have added yellow fondant to chocolate brown fondant to make this color. Chocolate brown fondant plus yellow fondant will give you this lighter fondant brown. Okay, so take chocolate brown fondant and gradually start adding marble size yellow fondant to it until you get into your desired shade of brown. You can want a little darker shade of this. You would want to make a lighter shade of this. Depending on how much yellow you add to it, it will get lighter. Do not add white to chocolate brown, okay? If you add white to chocolate brown, it will give you a very pale whitish brown. We want it to have this yellowish tone in brown. All right. Now this looks a little dry, isn't it? Dekho. Can you see? Can you see the texture? This white texture that you see. So for that, we are going to add in a little shortening. And because I have to make this topper standing to hold the structure, listen to me very carefully. When you have to make a structure-based topper, when you have to allow your toppers to dry out quickly, that is when we add in Tylose powder to it to make the structure dry out and become sturdy. So now when we make the legs first, Then we have to make the upper part of the body. So when we make the legs and we are installing the upper part of the body, the upper part, the heavy weight of the upper part of the body can squash the legs, right? So we want the legs to hold its structure. That's why we have to add Tyler's powder to it. Followed, everyone? Now, so for this much fondant, take around half of 1/4, which is 1/8 of your Tyler's powder, and start kneading it. Once done, you have to knead it really well so that it's completely absorbed in the fondant. Do you see the change in texture? This is because we have added shortening to it. See how soft it's become? Okay, nice. Now, how are we going to make the legs? Shilpa, you are going to get the video of the class also. I am not going to share anything in the group in writing. You are making your notes, you will also get the videos. I will not spoon feed. मैं आपको यहाँ पे ही नहीं सिखा रही हूँ. We are also giving you the recording of the session. Why do you want me to write it in the group again? Everything is given to, the entire video is going to be given to you for 1 year. People give it for 3 months. So you will have it in the video also, super detailed. That's why I'm taking one step and I'm asking you to write. You're writing here, I'm explaining. Again, I will give you the recorded session. Don't worry, you will not miss out anything. So now, how are we going to make the legs? Okay, Shilpa? Good. Now, for the legs, we have to roll out fondant like a long log. But after we reach the long log, we have to make these narrow and center part broad. I'll show you what I'm doing. Can you see the shape? So I'm rolling it from both the sides. I'm keeping the center part. I'm not rolling the center. Why? Because I'm going to saw this. जैसे बेलन होती है घर की. Right? Now hold it from the center and give it a twist. Easy? Front is going to be flat. At the back, we are going to make a little bump. Of course, when we are making a human, it cannot be flat from both the sides. All of us are humans. We know what a bum is. Right? So the more detailed you work, it's going to look good. Okay? So this is how the shape is going to be. All right. Now I would want to flatten it from the bottom a little bit, because the man is wearing pants, and in the center, oh, I don't know if you can see it, in the center here, I'm also going to pinch it like this. So it will start looking like the knee. All right. डर लग रहा है? थोड़ा थोड़ा. Diksha, Vinny, Avneet, you guys are scaring me with your looks. Scared? Doable. Don't worry. You will get the video. You can go through it again and again and again and start making it along with the video. Okay, step by step, start making it. First, start from kneading your fondant. Then, when you roll it, see, for me, it was done at one go. Okay, fine. Let me do it again. You want me to do it again? I'll do it again. Good. Good that it's exciting you. Okay. So let me do it again. चलो फिर से बनाए. need to knead it in between well so that it comes back in its original form again. Okay? चलो फिर से करेंगे. थोड़ा सा shortening मिलाती हूँ because when you add tylose to your fondant, it starts becoming dry. All right. And also because I'm working in an AC room, it is going to get dry quickly. Yes, of course, Gaganjot, you have to, during summers when it is 48, 45 degrees, you cannot avoid working in an AC room because India is, not for cakes, but somehow we are taming the weather with air conditioning. So you have to work in an AC room. Okay? Now, to get the best of results. Otherwise, it's going to be sticky, mushy onto your hands. It's a sugar dough, you have to understand. Chini ka bana hua hai na? So if the room is hot, your palm is sweaty, what will happen to the fondant? Okay? Now, let's roll it again. Make a round ball. Now first, roll it like a log. Now we will roll it from both the sides. We will hold it like this and roll it from both the sides so that the center is not rolled and only the sides are rolled. Okay? जितना लंबा आपको चाहिए. You want to make him tall, you want to make Deepika Padukone, depending on what length you want, what height you want. Done. I'm happy with this. And we achieved this. Give it a fold. And fold karke usi side mein make the bump. Because the front side is going to be flat. Easy. And from the front side, we are also going to make the knee. So the knee is, look at yourself when you do it. Which side is your knee? In the front, right? Bump side mein knee mat bana dena. Okay? So look at yourself when you do it. Now, this is how it's going to stand. All right? Now, once you're done with this, so once we're done with the lower part of the body, we want to take two skewers. So take a skewer, make it half. Take plain water. If you have edible glue, you can use edible glue also. Dip it in water. See, dip it in water and get rid of all the excess water, okay? And isko aise insert karo. And because fondant is stretchy, it can become, the shape might change. Don't worry. Once you do this, you can also pull it to give it the shape that you want. Keep it and put it in. Take it out from the top and shape it. एक बार और shape करेंगे धीरे धीरे so that we don't damage the bum. Take it onto your hand and just shape it. The knee part. Okay. Now take a dummy and you have to make him stand on the dummy. You see this? Visible or visible, right? Okay. Now, in the meantime, we are going to keep it aside. थोड़ा सा शेप कर लो अगर लगता है आपका शेप इधर उधर हो गया है. You have you can still shape it a little, okay? Because the fondant is still very soft. All right, did you understand the purpose of vegetable shortening, corn flour, and Tylose powder? Three different things used for three different purposes. Right? Now, एक बार इसको ठीक से दम पकड़ना था. थोड़ा सा ऐसे टेढ़ा करके खड़ा कर लो so that they can see it. Is it visible better? Right? So I'll just keep it aside so that it dries out. हरप्रीत, क्या मैंने गर्म पानी बोला? If it was hot water, I'll mention that it's hot water, okay? Chalo. Now, we will use skin color. White fondant pe, add in skin color, you will get this skin color. You can actually, if you do not have skin color, you can add a little bit of red and a little bit of yellow to get a skin color. Okay? Now, so we have to make the upper part of the body. Now take a little bit of fondant, and I will not give you in grams how much gram fondant is required for how much, because every time you might be making a different size of topper. So if I am your mentor, I've told you earlier also, I don't believe in spoon feeding because I want all of you to become very confident when by the end of the class. If you don't get to learn the tips and tricks that I do in my way, always be dependent on me, always. Even after the class, even years after. So when you have skin color, see, you will not know how much skin color to make, right? So make a little extra. Now, what happens is, when you have this size of body, you have to understand that now we are going to make the bust. I will just do a little up. Visible? नूपुर, क्या हम वहां पीछे से चीजें हटा सकते हैं ताकि थोड़ा क्लियर रहे? टर्न टेबल और जो चार्जर रहना पड़ेगा, बट वी कैन रिमूव द टर्न टेबल्स एंड ऑल, आई थिंक. आराम से, थैंक यू. और वो पेटी भी हटा दो वहां से, ठीक है, ताकि इनका फोकस सही रहे. All right. So now, if this is the leg, when we have to make the human figurine, we have to make them in parts. So we made the legs. Now I'm going to make the upper part of the body. So take a round ball of skin color and put it like this and see if you are happy with the size or not. मुझे लगता है एकदम ठीक है. Okay. अगर मुझे बढ़ाना होता, I could have added more. अगर मुझे घटाना होता, I could have removed. Followed? So this is how you're going to check before you start adding Tylose to it. Because if you add Tylose to the entire batch, it is going to go dry and it will be a wastage for you. So until you don't add Tylose, you can reuse for a longer period of time. Once you add Tylose to your fondant, you cannot reuse for a longer period of time. Followed, everyone? Once we add Tylose into it, the life of the fondant reduces because it will become rock hard. Okay, so before adding Tylose, you take the measurement if you are happy with the size or not. All right, so I'm happy with the size. I'm going to add in a little Tylose to it. And give it a quick knead. Quickly, kneading with Tylose nicely so that it's completely mixed with the fondant. See how soft and supple it looks, right? If you add in more Tylose, it's only going to make your fondant dry. Okay, now how do we make the body? Look, everyone. To make the body, you have to take a round ball of skin color. Make the body, To make the body, make a round ball. Okay. Make your hand like a V and make it a little conical shape. समझ में आया? छोटा सा carrot. देखा? Oval shape. Now from the top, pinch it a little out and go round, 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 round. That becomes the neck. Okay? Flatten it and shape it. And flatten it from the bottom also. समझ में आया? So make it like a small carrot. Take out the neck and flatten it. You will get the recording session. You can repeat and rewind as many times as you want, and then we are going to make it here. Okay, but because my bottom part, bottom lower body is still soft, I am not going to place it right away. I'm going to place it like this to allow it to dry for a while. Followed? And now, in the meantime, I'm going to prep up for the girl figurine. Okay, so when you're making figurines, you can make multiple figurines at a go. So in the meantime, that is going to dry out. We're going to work on our girl figurine. Let me just show you how she looks. Cutie. Nice. Yeah. So we are going to make her. She's going to be a sitting figurine. One standing, one sitting. Okay. Thank you. Now, so standing figurine, this is how you make it. For the sitting figurine, again, taking skin color first because the lower part of the body has to be made first. I'll add stylus to it. Knead it really well. Now, when you work, you will see that it starts to get mushy and sticky. For that, you have your corn flour. Now, when I ask you to use corn flour, this is not like your atta that you would take your lohi and do this, this, this. No, no. Okay, you don't do that. I know so many of you. घर में आटा बनाने की आदत है. You have the habit of making roti, and this is what you do. So if you do that, your composition of the fondant is gone. This will become super dry. So what you will do is take a little bit onto your hand, just that. Okay. Now again, we will make the same way we made the legs of the boy. But this time, because she is a girl, so we are going to make her, give her thin legs. Right? Thinner legs. देखो thin बनाए मैंने. Can you see it? And then give it a fold. Okay. Now immediately you have to make her sit like this. बैठ गई? Dip water in a skewer and poke a hole here so that she doesn't go anywhere. एकदम ही ऐसा ना कहीं डालो कहीं जाओ. That's okay. Okay, can you see this? And we also want her to have one leg on top. Style से बैठेगी भाई. ऐसे यूं बिठाओ इनको. Make her knees. देखो. But all the point of contact should have water so that it sticks. Followed? So far so good. Now I will again make the body. Let's make the body. And to make the body, again, because she's a female, she's going to have a petite body, not like a masculine body like the boy, right? So you have to first, she's a girl after all, yes. So make a carrot-like shape and then just place it and see if you're happy with the size. Once you're happy with the size, then we will add in tailors to it. Do it with the legs also, by the way. When you make the pants also, roll, fold and see if you're happy. If you want, if you're making an uncle or a dadaji, you will make fat legs, right? If you're making a boy, then you will make thinner legs. So every time the fondant will vary. That's why I'm teaching you the techniques. I'm not giving you exact gram measurement. Followed? To your hand side. अगर और hand side आएगा तो फिर मैं काम नहीं कर पाऊंगी. Better? Okay. Now adding in tailors. दो हेड के लिए साइज नहीं मैं कर लूंगी दिखाना तो पड़ेगा ही. Knead it really well. And if it gets stuck to your hands, fingers, see, take it out with the same fondant. After kneading well, you will see because your palm is warm, it can get a little sticky. If it does, please use a little corn flour because my palm is really hot, warm. Okay, now let's do the body. Again, similar way, making a conical shape, see? And then taking out the neck, pinch, pinch. Once pinch from the side and then pinch from the top and then go in a circular motion, see? And now because she's a girl, we have to make her bust, right? Okay, nice. And keep it down and you can shape it a little as much as you want. जैसे आपको shape करना है आप shape करिए. थोड़ा सा रख के like clay dough, playing with clay dough. And give a impression here for the neck. And tuck in from the sides because girls have, considering that she has a beautiful figure. All right, and now passing through the body like this. Okay, because she is sitting, you can immediately pass through the body. All the point of contact should have water in it. I'm telling you again and again. If you don't apply water, then it's going to be, so because this is still soft, it can get, the shape might change, but once you place it, you can again, shape it here. थोड़ा ऊपर खींचना है खींचो, फिगर शेप देना है शेप दो. So you can do all that here. See? Followed? समझ में आया? So far so good. Now let's go back to the male figure and place. But before that we need a skewer. We need to have a skewer in the center of the body that goes a little to the side like this. A little long. Take two. Visible? And then we are going to fit in the body here. But before that, all the point of contact should have water. Are you able to see it? Now let's put it in. This skewer should be a little out so that we can place the neck. अभी आप इसमें ही fit कर लो. The skewer should be a little out. Okay, because we need to install the head also. Okay? All right. Now, when we have the upper part of the body also installed, now we can actually understand what should be the size of the head. Right? Take a little fondant. Again, skin color. And see if you like the size of the head. If you feel that it's big, take out a little, make a ball again. You always have to make a ball, okay? And check if you're happy with the size of the head. This looks fine, right? Okay? Now, once you're happy with the size, we add in tylose. इसमें tylose मिला के दे दो मेरे को थोड़ा सा. Meanwhile, I will take out the size for the girl's face too. So for the girl again, make a round ball with the skin color and see if you're happy with the size. I think this is fine. थोड़ा सा टाइलर्स देना मुझे. इतना नहीं आधा. बस बस. Now, how are we going to make the face? The stick can go till his legs. Megha. For 100 grams of fondant, you take 1/8 TSP of tylose. और ये जो हेड बना रहे हैं इसमें 1-2 पिंच डाल दो, ज्यादा मत डालना. Okay, so now let's make the head quickly. I'll make 2 faces so you can see me make it twice. देखो इधर सारे. Now we will again make this round ball. Make it like a tiny teardrop shape, teardrop or water drop. See? but it's going to be upside down. The broad part is going to be on top, the narrow part is going to be on the down. Broad part is going to be the head, narrow part is going to be the chin. Followed. First step is to make it into a round ball, considering the size. Second step is to make it like a shape of a teardrop. Third step is to take your tiny finger, little finger. And when I say little finger, it's going to be the little finger. Do not use your index finger, middle finger, thumb. No, because this is the tiniest of finger that we have. Mark an indentation in the center like this. Bahut softly. Do it gently. Dekho. Right? Very gently. Can you see this? And then, see, I'm pinching in the chin also. Right? And the socket that you have made using both your index fingers, just make a little groove. Followed, I will do it again for the male figurine. 100 gram of fondant, 1/8 TSP of tylose. Now take a balling tool, the size of the eye that you want, and poke 2 holes. दो गड्ढे बनाओ. Visible, and keep it aside. Okay. Now we will work on the male face. Knead it well. Make it into a round ball. Always make it into a round ball. Then make it the shape of, let's give it a long face because the boy, it's a boy. Let's give it a long face, okay? So make it like an oval anda. And then with the little finger, gently mark like this. Gently. Don't make it too gadda. Don't make it too hard. See? That becomes the socket of the eyes. Go till the corner, till the ears. Then place it with 2 fingers, just dig it in. Dig in softly. Dig in matlab ekdam chapta nahi kar dena hai. Dig in softly both the eye sockets and pinch to make a chin. Poking holes again. And keeping it aside. Now, देखो ये ऐसे ड्राई होंगे अभी. We will keep it for say 10-15 minutes because we have added tylose to it and I'm working under AC. So meanwhile, I'm going to make the third topper, which is the animal topper lion. Okay. Now you can work with any color because I see when people do a lot of theme cakes, they make any color cute toppers, right? So I am also doing a golden yellow color lion. So to yellow fondant, you can add brown and golden yellow to get this color. Say this. It's like a mustard yellow. Okay. Now, depending on how big, small you want to make the lion, take a little bit first. So So for the lion's body, we need to add in tilers. First, you have to consider the size. I know this is my size, but you always check with the size. Let me show you how to check with the size. So for the lion's body, the body is going to be a teardrop shape. This shape. We are looking to make this shape. Okay? So if you want a bigger lion, take more fondant. If you want a smaller lion, take less fondant, then add tilers to it. Followed, everyone? Kamaljeet, check your internet connection, my dear. My video is running. So for the lion's color, I have added brown color, brown gel color, and golden gel color to yellow fondant. Brown gel color, golden gel color to yellow fondant to get the color, this one. If you really want to make the same color. Screen थोड़ा dark क्यों लग रहा है? हाँ, 65%. दे दो वैसे. Just a second. Yep. On it. Now, let's make that shape again. Now let me show them the line also. See. Okay. So we are going to make him cutie pie. Right? I'll show you how to make him. Chalo. Now, let's make the body first. Ho gaya? So whichever is the best side becomes the front side. The crease side goes at the back. So place it here. Okay. Now, people also make pink lion. So when you make cute toppers, you are not actually color specific. So you can make it with any color according to your theme. Whatever color. If it's for a girl, they would want you to make a pink lion also. Okay. So depending on what color you want, you can choose that shade. Okay. Now, once this base body is made, we are going to make the arms and the legs. Now, take around. Now, one thing you have to understand, whatever we have, like whichever body parts we have more than one in number, two in number, suppose our hands, legs, ears, eyes, right? We have to make it, the size has to be equal. So I would never suggest that you make first one leg and then try to match it. Because so many people make theme cakes, what will differentiate them is the kind of finishing that they do on the cakes. Yes or no? When you visit our Instagram page, what do you like? The finishing of the work? So, Riddhi, I have never learned it from anyone. It's all my own experience. Okay. So, and I have worked a lot. If you scroll through my Instagram, you will see how much work I have done. And half my work has not been posted also on Instagram. So I have actually practiced a lot. Okay. Now, when you have to take one, you have to take little fondant, make it like a round ball and divide it into two like this. So when you divide, you will always have equal halves, right? Yes, no? Yes. So with one piece, we are going to make it into a ball and make it into a long carrot shape. And from the tip, I'm going to fold it like this. See. And then place it here. Similarly, I'll do it with the second piece also. Round, make it into a long carrot. So pressing it fully from one side and keeping one side open. See? So the side I press will have thinner edge than the other side. Now once I've done this, I will hold it with my index finger and fold, twist. All right, easy? Okay. Now, of course, stick it with water. Point of contact should always have water. This was my front. Point of contact will always have water. Different thing. Okay. And attach it at the back with water. Depends on how much you want to keep it open. All right. Now, similarly, I'm going to make the arms. Now, when it's an animal, it's actually having 4 limbs of equal size, right? Right? But because we are making these animal toppers cute and giving it like a human touch, so we make the arms also thinner like we have. Our arms are thinner than our legs, right? So we want to give it a thinner leg to give it that human touch. And again, Riddhi is asking all about what I pursued in my graduation and how I learned all this. Riddhi, please focus on the class. You're also distracting me. That's not important. I was a science student. Then I did my interior design. I was a topper there, but now I'm a baker. Okay. So again, making the limb and twisting it. So for both the arms. Or is the class so boring that you're more interested in me? Which one is it? Now to place the arms, we have to place it on either sides like this. Here and here. Thank you, Ramandeep, sorry. See? Yes, being from a Bengali family, I was always creative. Painting, drawing, all those. So that really helped me in this profession also. But you don't have to be an artist. I'll show you how to draw without being an artist. So this is the stage at which we want this to dry out. And you can mark a few lines also to make it look like a paw. Okay, I'm doing it on the legs and arms. And now we have to allow it to dry. Now, one more thing before we allow it to dry is to make its head, because we want the head also to get dry. Now, again, checking the size. Vipasha, we will have Q&A. Don't worry. You can ask your questions when we take the Q&A. I cannot read out the questions now. I will have to finish the class before, okay? So, check if you are happy with the size. So, when we make a lion or an animal topper, we want to give it a bigger head. Okay? So, we can make it a little flat and we make a bit bigger head. Okay? Now, once this is done, again, we give it a chin. Similarly, the way we have made it for the human figurines, you can make any animal using this: a giraffe, a bear, a teddy bear, or teddy bear of course comes from a bear, and then you can make zebras, you can make monkeys, anything you want. And then goes the indentation. The steps that I'm teaching you will help you make anything, okay? Right? And then again marking with 2 fingers the socket for the eyes. But for the animals, we are going to make a bigger eyeball. देखो इतना समझ में आया. उसके बाद I will just mark one. I'm not marking the other one because I want to make it wink. ठीक है? One eye we will make its wink to make it look cute. Yeah. So that's why this. And at this stage, I'm going to keep it to dry. Meanwhile, I'll be working on my human toppers. So, in the meantime, this is called an X-Acto mat. This green mat is used for cutting. Whatever cutting you have to do, you will do on this mat. The other silicone mat is used for kneading and rolling fondant. This is, of course, a pizza cutter. These are balling tools, right? And this is an X-Acto knife. You already know it from the yesterday's class. So whatever cutting you have to do, you can cut here. Nothing will happen to this mat. Okay? Do not cut on your silicone mat. They will get cut. Followed, everyone? Good. Now, I will start working on the girl. ठीक है? ड्रेस पहनाते हैं. ऊपर वाला पहले लगाऊंगी, उसके बाद थोड़ा सा देखो. Now to make her dress, so I'm using this pink color for her dress, okay? Rolling pin. Roll it out thin. And we want to go it all around here. So you need to measure it out. You can take a scale and measure it out, or you can take a measurement like this also, and you cut it from the excess. Okay, you feel free to take a scale and measure also if you want. Dekho. All right, and now you don't trim the length first. Although we don't need such a long strip, but it's okay. Just to show you. This looks thick to me, so I'm just rolling it a little more because we need a thin patch of fondant because we are making the clothes. The clothes are supposed to be thin, right? They don't have a thickness like a, it should not have a very thick kind of a body. Okay, now nozzle. So take any nozzle. Why? Because I'm going to cut out the neckline. Easy? अब हम क्या करेंगे? We will apply glue. In my case, I'm using water. You can use edible glue. Baker's Village edible glue is also very good, by the way. So their products are really good. So now we will have to place it like this and go all around it. Do you see this? Pinch it from the back. देखो जो भी excess है ना, pinch it from the back. Don't worry. And trim and pinch it. Fondant is very, very pliable. Okay. So you can actually pinch it. I hope it's visible to all of you. Please let me know if it is not. So you can give it any shape, neckline, anything. You can make a halter neck dress. Feel free to be creative on this. So the top is covered. Now we are going to do the skirt. How are we going to do the skirt? So we take pink fondant and make sure that it has Tylose powder in it. All right. We have already added Tylose powder in it. And then we want to make it into a log because we want a long length. Why? I'll show you that. So start rolling it like a long piece, okay? And don't make it too thin this time because you want the shape to hold. See, I'm really passionate about this work. That's why I give out my 2000%. Like I told you in the beginning of this course, that when you are learning with me, you will see how detailed I teach. It's not because only this is an online class, all my classes are this detailed. So I also used to teach in my for my interiors. Like I was absorbed in the same college and then I started teaching as a faculty there. Now we will check for the length. अब आप क्या करोगे? First check for the length if you're happy with the length or not. I feel that the skirt is too long, so I'm going to trim this much off. Okay? You can also mark it. And then trim. On the Now, what we will do is we are going to make pleats. So I guess all of you know how to make pleats because so apply a little water on the edge of the fondant patch or the rolled fondant that we have done, the size that you need. And then applying water doesn't mean dipping it in the cup and then applying it directly. Please get rid of all the water that's there. Just use a damp brush. Okay. Using a damp brush will work. Now, we will start from one end and start going like this. And pleats. All of you know how to do pleats, don't you? That's why we need a longer piece. Because when we make pleats, it will shrink. Followed? समझ में आया? Now apply water. All the point of contact will have water in it. And then make her wear this skirt. Pinch in with the tool. Okay. If it's not sticking, apply a little more water and tuck it in with a tool. This is called a Dresden tool. Dresden. Majorly we use this tool. जहां पे आपका हाथ नहीं पहुंच सकता वहां के लिए we have the tools. So tools are really saviors when you want to work with fondant because you cannot reach all the areas with your bare hands. That is when you need tools. Okay. Now, I'm not going to leave her just like that. I have this, what is it called? Mold. It's called a silicone mold. Okay. So this has tiny crowns. Then there are bows. Let me use a, let me show you how to use a silicone mold. So I'm using this bow. Fill it in. Don't fill it excess. Okay. Take little fondant and try to fill in as much as required, and the excess can come off like this. Flatten and use this flat tool. Please do not use knives. Knife can cut your silicone mold. So when you use this flat tool and press it well in, see, neat. Sangeeta Mam is all about neat and finishing. Honestly, I'm not boasting, but this is one thing we encash on when it comes to taking orders. There will be so many competitors around you. So how will people come attracted to your account? By the finishing of your cakes. So I've seen so many of you take a lot of fondant, take it out, then try to trim it. It's number one, taking a lot of time. You will not get the finishing that you get in this way. Okay, so you have to fill in like this, press it and see how beautiful it looks. And to demold it, just flip it, use a tool again and just take it out. Visible? Neat? Now, we are going to place it behind her. देखो, can you see it? Okay. Understood? समझ में आ रहा है सबको? I hope everybody is following. Thank you. Now the bow is also done. Now we are going to make the arms. How are we going to make the arms? Because she is sitting, we can make the arms immediately, and the body is also kind of firming up. See? Right? So now we again divide this ball by 2 to get 2 equal halves, and see how will you check up as a make the hand again like a carrot long and place and see. I feel it's too big for her, right? So I will take off a little from here and also from the other part. Make again a ball and again divide it so that every time we have equal halves. Now make a longer piece like this. Place it, and I think this is fine now, right? So I'm going to give it a bend from here, see, chotu sa. Now, before placing the arms, there is one step that we need to do. Just show it to you quickly. Falling to me. Now, when we are trying to place the arms, please make a hole on either sides. Like this, poke a hole. If you place the hand directly on the plain surface, it will not hold. It will keep falling. So please poke a hole, apply water, and all the point of contact also. See, I'm not applying water only in the groove, but also on the body. Now place it like this. And the other one also. You will be able to make it, Gaganjo, don't worry. I'll give you the videos, please check and you will be able to do it. Just follow my steps. Wow, cutie. देखो कितनी क्यूट है. ओके, अभी यहाँ तक इनको ड्राई करते हैं. Now, one more thing before we finish her and go on to the other one. So we can make her hands also. So how will you make hands? Let me teach you how to make hands. Take skin color, and of course she's going to have tiny hands. See this. Okay. Give it into a teardrop shape again. Press it. Right? Now, I don't know if it's visible. How can I show it to you? Yes. So can you see this? I will cut it from one side. I'll just cut and show it to you. Visible? Thanks. And also mark the fingers. See? Chotu sa hand. Okay. And we make the other side also. Now you have to be very careful when you make the thumb. क्योंकि दोनों हाथ के thumb दोनों side होते हैं. So don't make hand of the same size, right? So दोनों अलग अलग side के बनेंगे. Now again making a teardrop shape, flattening it. This time making the thumb from the other side. Oh, this is too tiny. देखो. चलो. So when you place also, you have to be careful कि किस side कौन सा thumb जाता है. उल्टा मत कर देना. Okay. Allow her to dry. अभी हम क्या करेंगे? We will make the male figure. Now, for him, we are going to make the like a t-shirt or a collar t-shirt. Roll out fondant again. See, it's soft and mushy. When it's sticking to your rolling pin, take a little bit of corn flour and then knead it again. And also apply a little like this with your hands only. Now again, for the upper part of the body, we are going to make it the way we have done it for the girl. Is it visible? So measure out the size. Height is fine, but you can do it two ways. You can do it like this and put a joint at the back, or you can do it with front and back also. Because see, girls dress we did it wrapped around because girl will have a longer hair and the stitch will get, we can hide the stitch easily, right? But for the male, I would suggest that you do it in two patches, front and back. In the front, just mark a little hole. I'll just show you here. I hope this body is visible to you. Is it? So the front one goes in here. Okay. And the next patch will come from the back. And we will joint both of them. Dekho. Join both of them. If it's not sticking, apply a little water and it will stick. All right. Now we are going to trim it off. Because we want the joints to be in the on the sides and not at the back. And then press it. You can trim this part also. We'll do that later on, but first let me just trim it off. काट लो पहले. First trim it and then smoothen it out, okay? Take an X-Acto knife and you want to make it a shorter t-shirt, cut it out. Trim to make an equal length with the back. Done? Now, we'll make a collar because it's going to be a collar t-shirt. So cut out a strip. Like this. And bring it from the back till here. Okay? And mark it like this. ये mark करो और ये mark करो. And नीचे रख के काट लो. So cut it. Apply water and stick. Easy. The tell us. Now we'll make the arms. Wow, brown is actually looking nice with this t-shirt color. We always need black, but this time brown is looking very handsome. Dividing it by two, as always, to get two equal arms. Now, unlike the girl's arms, the male figurine will have broader arms, right? So you place and check, but this is looking like too huge. All right. So when you feel it's too huge, take out little from this one and also little from the other one. And knead it again. Don't take out randomly and start using them as both the hands. Then again, it will be, the size will not be equal. For the half sleeves, you can make the arms with skin color and then cover it half with fondant, whatever color t-shirt you want to make it wear. Right? Easy hai. Same hai. Like we are doing it with this color, do it with skin color. And halfway through, you can put a patch of fondant. This looks fine, muscular. Okay. Now we will again place the arms, but before that, we have to poke holes. A hole either, one hole on the other side. It's still soft because I'm working continuously on it. When you work on the figurines, please make sure you dry them in between your steps. Okay. That's okay. I'll just speed up so that finish in time. Brown. I'll make two pockets also. Like I'll take brown fondant and make two tiny patches. Two rectangle pieces to make as pockets. Wait. T-shirt का color है mint green. Oh, by the way, my nail paint is also mint green today. So is my cup. And I'm having mint water. I don't know what coincidence this is. Okay. So I'm placing two patches on either side like this. See, like pockets. And you can blend in the bottom part, like the bottom stitch, you can blend in a little bit so that it looks like completely merged with the pant. And open this up a little. Open the top up, blending in the bottom. And we will put the hands in. Mint green color is available in the market. You can purchase it and you can skin color. Mint green color is available in the market. It's available as gel color. You can. Actually, if you ask me, we make a lot of our shades. So I don't use any color directly. I will always add something or the other to the color to get the exact shade that I want. Okay, making the hands again. So I felt that the fondant was less. So I'm making two more. Look how tiny hand it is. And I'm going to place it inside the pocket. Imagine. खतरों के खिलाड़ी. And make a hole here also, right here, underneath. Okay. And lift it up with the X-Acto, see? And tuck it in. Open up the pocket, let the hand go in, and place it. Oh wow, stylish. अंगूठा बाहर है देखना. So the thumb is actually out the way they put it. Okay, so you can do it like this. I'll do it for the other side also. Nice. So the more detailing you do, your toppers will come to life. Try and work as detailed as possible. And it will only take less time with practice. If you feel baap re itna kaam hai, then you will never be able to learn. Kaam hai to hi paisa hai. Nobody is going to give you money for a theme cake if you don't do detailed work. If you want to earn well, you have to work hard. Simple as that. There is no shortcut to success. Chalo, done. Now let's work on the face. So, for both the face, we are going to make nose. color पहले तो फिर black देना, white देना, फिर black देना. We are going to give them tiny, tiny nose, okay? छोटू सा ball बनाओ and nose की जगह पे just do a scratch, apply a little bit of water and place it. And give me the smiling tool. This is called the smiling tool. See, it has a U shape. Can you see it? Now, because it's, let's give him a Smile. Okay. Oh, same with the girl. Let me give her a nose first. Scratch it a little here so that the nose sticks well. And to give her a smile. Black fondant. Huh. Now, first we are going to fill in the socket with white fondant. Now, when you take white fondant, take tiny bit and divide it by two, and then make a round ball and try and see. Fill it. See how big it looks. So when it's looking this big, it is looking horrible. It should fit in within the socket. Okay? So we will make it tiny. Before applying water, just fit it in the socket and see if you are happy with the size. Yes, it fits in. See? So I'm happy with the size. Now I'm going to apply water and I'm going to put in my white fondant in and press it. Okay. Now I'm also going to poke two tiny holes, pretending that she's looking to one side. See? And fill that with black fondant. See? Even if this is so tiny, I will always divide it so that the finishing looks good. Do it for the other side also. Right? Press it. Now we can give her eyebrow using edible marker. This is edible marker, okay? It has a broad side and a narrow side. तो आप eyebrow draw कर लीजिए जितना लंबा जितना छोटा आपको बनाना है. As per your choice, you can draw the eyebrow. So I'll keep it aside. Work on the next face. Edible black marker pen. जल्दी. Fitting in. After you fit in the white, then you poke holes. See, the initial size was this for the eye, and now for the black, I'm poking hole with the smaller one. Okay? Radhika. And now I will mark the eyebrows also. Mhm. See, the face is getting, the shape is changing because it's still a little soft. ठीक है, रख दिया. अब क्या करें? अब लाइन को बनाते हैं. I can actually install her head. 2 minutes बाद install करते हैं software के बाद. Now we will make the mouth of the lion. Now meanwhile we can check that the body is kind of sturdy. Okay. Now this body will keep moving if you don't place it with a skewer. So I am marking a skewer. Dipping it in water, and so the skewer acts as a spinal cord. This much out we need for it to hold the head. Okay, this head. We are going to work on this head now. It's not visible to them. Wait. Better? Can you see it now? For the lion. So because this has only one eye that's open, you have to take one white goal and fit in and see if you're happy with the size. Once you are, you repeat the process like you've done for the male and the female figurine. And you fit it in, press it, and then with the smaller balling tool, make a socket for black. Apply a little water and place the black fondant. See. And now the other side, we have to make a wing. And also make eyebrows. Now I want a lighter shade for the, wow. So I want to make a lighter shade of this color for the nose. So I'm adding in a little skin color to it and kneading it in. Just to get 1-2 shades lighter. हो गया light? Right? Now we need to make an oval with this. And make it like so sticky. Oval shape and flat. So what we want to do is we want to place it here. Okay? पानी लगाओ. Place it here. like an oval patch. Little soft, so I'm doing it super gently. जहाँ पे भी हाथ लग रहा है वहां गड्ढा हो जाता है. So make sure that your toppers are dry. Keep it for half a day, and then poke a hole here. Take chocolate brown color fondant, make it into a round ball, pinch it from one side. देखो कैसा shape आया. Make a round ball, flatten it a little, pinch it from one side. This is the shape that we want. See, all right? And put some water as glue. Always don't forget to use water, otherwise it will not stick. देखो, smiling too. And take a smiling tool and give it a side smile to make it cute. And take the Dresden tool and mark certain whisker marks. Okay? समझ में आया? Now I'm going to place this head on the lion. So I'm changing the view again and again so that every time it's a different angle and you can see it. So this is still soft, but because I've put this skewer, it's kind of sturdy for me to work on. Chalo, let's install the head. The head is very soft. Maybe बहुत soft है. Let's make the ears. Take a little fondant, divide by 2. Talos. How are we going to do it? Make a round ball, flatten it, and then take a balling tool and make poke a hole like this. Now, to place the ears, if you place it directly like this, it is never going to hold. Okay? So if you place it like this, it will keep falling. Now, if we poke a hole, it's not going to hold it. How are we going to do it? So you take this flat tool, make 2 pockets like this. See? देखो. This side and on the other side. And in between, you have to fit in the ears. Fit in the ears. Take a tool Press it in. Holds. Right? So if you have to make a lioness, she's ready. But because we are making the jungle ka Raja, so main is mandatory, right? We have to make it main. See, she's looking more like a lioness or a tigress. Now we have to give it the main. अगर मेन नहीं बनाएंगे तो ये भी एक एनिमल रेडी है आपके लिए. So she's ready. Now we have to make the main. How do we make the main? We take brown fondant. Okay. So first work to make any hair is to put a patch at the back. So we'll roll out fondant. Cut out a circle as per the size of the lion's back. कोई भी any size cutter you can take, and then apply some water. Put that patch at the back. Okay, at the back. And now we have to see how easily you can do it. So take chocolate brown fondant or whatever color you want. Color is completely your choice. I'm not going to tell you about the color combination. Feel free to whatever theme you get. So I'm using chocolate brown color here, rolling it like a long strip. Straight line on one side. And start cutting like V. Can you see it? See. Start cutting it like this. So triangle pieces. Following everybody? जब lion दिखा रही हो तो man का क्यों पूछ रहे हो? I'm asking you about the lion figurine. Tell me if you're following it or not. When I go to the man figurine, then you can ask man's questions. Now, we have so many triangle pieces now. And make sure you have talos in it. All right. Now, each triangle piece now is looking like a piece of fondant, right? We have to make it look like the part of the main. So, we have to mark lines like this. Okay, lines बना बना कर दो मुझे फटाफट. And now I will keep on placing it. Okay, how do we start? Start from the sides, go all around it. Okay, now कैसे करना है? पानी लगाया. So place one main like this and give it some shape. Twist. We have to place it all around it, like you've seen here, right? So start placing it all around it. Nupur, if you have questions, I can take. Let me take the questions alongside. Do we have questions? How to store edible marker? Who is asking? Neha, you store, you don't have to store, you just put it in your toolbox and just keep it in, of course, airtight, like you put your sketch pins, like you keep your sketch pins. देखो. Vision. So my line is still very soft. That's why I don't want to overdo the hair at present. मुझे देना. Once they are dried out, you can easily remove them. देखो, जैसे you पकड़ो, उठा लो. See, it will have the skewer at the bottom because it's completely dried out. Okay, I cannot remove it yet because it's not dried out. सेमी फॉन्डेंट के क्वेश्चंस हम कर लेंगे जब हम सेमी फॉन्डेंट के पे काम करेंगे. But please note your question. This is an important question. I'll take it tomorrow. Because first I will teach you how to do a semi-fondant cake. After that, if you have questions, you can of course ask. You can ask your figurine related questions now, please. I can't, Megha. It's not part of the class. See, if you are working in AC, it can take like 3, 4, 5 hours. But to keep it for drying, I would suggest that once your topper is done, figurine is done, you can keep your microwave door open so that the yellow light is on and then allow it to dry. Or if you do not have a microwave, preheat your OTG. Preheat your OTG at the minimum temperature of your OTG. Switch off the OTG and until the OTG is still warm, keep your toppers inside and they will dry out. See. ये ना सॉफ्ट पीछे जा रहा है एक और देना दूसरा. हाँ जी बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं विनी. फॉर मंथ्स यू कैन स्टोर देम. यू हैव टू स्टोर देम इन कूल एंड ड्राई प्लेस. Don't keep it in the refrigerator. See how we have stored these. These were made in our boot camp. When I teach them, I make one and they follow. So this were done in the boot camp last month, right? May में था. May में था. नहीं May में नहीं था. April में था. Our boot camp was in April. So this is stored for more than 1 month now. So this is how it's going to look. But this portion is looking empty. So I'll give it some hair in the front also. Cooler is going to make your fondant very, very mushy, Manali. हाँ काजोल आज मैंने गोल्डन गनाश बोला था लेकिन आज दूसरी रील गई है. गोल्डन गनाश हमने कल के लिए शेड्यूल किया है. दिखाएंगे मतलब इट विल गो ऑन माई रील. यू हैव टू चेक इट ऑन माई रील. It's not part of the class. It will be uploaded tomorrow on my reel. See, थोड़े से hair के patch मैं सामने लगा रही हूँ. I'm placing some hair patch in the front and marking a few lines so that it looks like hair. And on the other side also. It's completely your choice how you want to cover the forehead. See this? By using skin color, gel color, mix it with white fondant and you get skin color. If you don't have it, use little bit of red and tiny bit of yellow, tiny bit of each, and then you can make the skin color. Of course, you can eat it. If you store it well, it's edible. So what? Tylose is food grade. We don't use anything that's not edible. Only the skewer in it can't be eaten, otherwise everything else is edible. And kids do take a bite of what you send. Skewering? What is the problem? You have to explain. Otherwise, how am I going to share my solution? Yes, Radhika, I've already mentioned you can prepare it ahead of time and store it in cool, dry place in an airtight box. So I'm taking out another crown for this lion. Abhi ye dekho, just a second, Nupura. Now this is looking like this because he's the king of the jungle. Let's give him a crown. Okay? Next question, please. Fondant is so soft. When I skewer inside, they get changed their shape. Yes, mine was also changing. Then I fixed it again. I've shown you how you have to fix it. It will always change its shape. You can fix it again until it's still soft. Yeah, like after storing for weeks or months, yes, absolutely. Now I'm placing the girl's head, okay? Check here carefully, everybody. So I'm placing the girl's head now. I want to give it a little tilt. थोड़ा सा मैं ऐसे सीधे नहीं रख रही हूँ. I'm just giving it a little tilt, okay? So just put it through and through. मेरा head अभी dry नहीं है. मैं चाहूंगी कि आप लोग जब बनाओ तो उसको थोड़ा सा dry कर लीजिए. And the skewer is also a little long, so I'm trimming it off. Please head को dry होने देना. Allow it to dry out, otherwise you will damage it. So please allow the head to get dried at least. Mine is super soft. I mean, it's not completely firm yet. So we had made the face ahead of time also. I could have used it. Anyways. So I'm going to give her hair. So I'm making black hair for her. So considering that she has long hair, just place and check if you're happy with the length of the hair. If you want shorter hair, you can make shorter hair. If you want longer hair, you can make longer hair. With the Dresden tool, you can mark a few lines so that it looks like hair. Okay. And now the hair part will go at the back, and this is how we're going to stick it. Stick it with water. Wait. And stick at the back also, because otherwise the head will fall with the weight of your hair. So stick it at the back always. And give it whatever shape you want. Now, to give it some kind of a fringe or hairstyle. So you have to understand whenever you're trying to do a hairstyle, always consider that we have parting on our hair, right? Either it's a middle parting or it's a side parting or there is no parting. Like I think Manali has no parting, then I have a side parting. So you have to consider that when you're making a hairstyle. And then make such strands, thin strands, and start doing it. Apply water and start sticking. See, I'm giving her a side parting. First, let me do a bigger strand. Hanji, क्या question hai? Meanwhile, I'll keep doing the hair. No, put scroll down. Let me also be able to see it. Where is the question? Hmm. On female topper, what if the clothes hide the bust shape we gave to the body? Yeah, you can. Clothes hide the bust shape, as in you can make it straight. It's completely your choice. Whatever dress, you know, you want to make her wear, long dress, short dress, covered dress, depending on the customer, also you have to do it. See, I gave a side strand. Okay. And now I'm going to do it from the other side. And I'm pinching in whatever gap is there, I'm just pinching it in. Now I'll do it from the other side. See, yeah, no, it will not. And it's the cake that people look for the taste in, not the figurines. You make the figurines edible. When you do sugar flowers also, you make them edible. Not really people look for eating a figurine. Have you ever seen people order for only figurines and ask you for the taste? No. विनी ग्रेजुअली मिल जाएगा जैसे मिल रही है वैसे ही मिलेगा ग्रेजुअली ग्रेजुअली सारी क्लासेस हम आपको दे रहे हैं अब जैसे मैंने आपको आज दिखाया वैसे यूज करिए कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगी क्या क्या क्लीन रैप करके रखना है अच्छा फॉर द फिगरीन्स so you have to allow the figurines to dry out completely once they are dried out don't cling wrap keep it in an airtight box in a cool and a dry place see now I'm doing tiny strands and I will just place it here जैसे हमारे सामने के हेयर स्टाइल्स we make it shorter right back side is longer feel free to do whatever however you want to decorate however you want her hairstyle to be हाँ बोलो Hmm? That's an advanced figurine class, not part of this basic course. It's a repeat question. Take any other question. Don't take the repeat questions because I think they have all typed together. So when I reply to one question, if there are similar questions, don't take it. If you keep the fondant in the in the refrigerator, then it will become mushy. And we don't store fondant in the refrigerator. So this is how I want to give her hair. Okay. Dress के color का देखो ना. Dress के color का. Oh, shoes. Now, because she is sitting, let's give her a little belly. Belly shoes. Okay. So take a round fondant. You can take any color of your choice. Again, dividing it by 2 because both the shoes should be of the same size. Make it like the same shape. See, even if you're making a tiny shoe or big head or arms or legs, we're using the same uh, shoe. I think I'll get the dress ka color then. I do a matching will look nice. It's looking tacky, otherwise too tacky. Like Cinderella. You can add in Just a second. You can add in gold glitter to your yellow fondant to get golden fondant. Little bit of yellow color fondant, add in gold glitter, and just knead it. You will get golden fondant. Okay, now take teardrop shape, and with this flat tool, just press it like this to get this shape. Can you see this? Like a petal kind of a shape. And then what you need to do is just need to place it all around her leg. Can you see it? Can you see it? The shoe? Okay. I'm placing both of them. Yeah. In between, we can take the questions, Nupur. हाँ बिल्कुल skewer के साथ ही. Because see Kritika, that's the spinal cord of the figurine. You don't remove the spinal cord, otherwise जो figurine है वो बिखर जाएगी. It will break. So you will keep it along with the skewer. Sorry. What? This has never happened with me. I don't know which color brand you're using. Try Vision, it will never happen. See, if you want results like me, you also have to use the brands, because I'll tell you the best of brands to use. Nupur. Do you see what I'm doing? I'll just show it to you. Wait. This is so tiny. Arey bhai. Look at her shoes. Okay. Chalo, she is also done. Now the male figure. Let's install the head again. Nupur, take the questions. Okay. Let us see. Nahi. Okay. So can you see this now? So you can trim it as much as you want. If there is extra fondant, feel free to trim it. Add in a little bit of water. Then the head. Okay. See, my hand is actually making the face kind of change the shape, because it's still soft. So let us give him 2 ears first. How do we make the ears? Take skin color, divide it by 2. And make it again that teardrop shape. Make it like this. Oh, I don't know how to show you. This is too tiny. But can you see it? And now place it on either sides. Questions? No questions, look. हे भगवान जी, मतलब फ्रिज में रखना ही रखना है, क्यों? मना कर रही हूँ तो भी नहीं सुनना है। डब्बे में भरो या खाली रखो, रखना ही है फ्रिज में। रख लो, रख के एक बार देख लो क्या होता है। इफ यू आर नॉट लिसनिंग टू मी, व्हाट शुड आई डू? कमलजीत, वेयर आर यू? रेज योर हैंड। क्यों रखना है फ्रिज में भाई जब मना कर रही हूँ तो? You have to allow it to come down to room temperature. I mean, dry out, sorry. You have to allow it to dry out properly and then put it in an airtight box. And in the airtight box, keep the airtight box in a cool and dry place. Cool and dry place wherever is possible in your room. Don't keep it in the kitchen because kitchen is going to be the hottest zone of the house. Okay. Now tomorrow when we do semi-fondant cakes, I will teach you what to do once you place your toppers on the cake. Okay. Now first for the male figure also, we have to do a patch for the back. So make a patch that suits the size. Just check it before placing it. Okay. पानी लगाओ, patch लगाओ. So when you make the toppers and you want to store the toppers, you don't store them in the refrigerator. But once you place them on the cake, then I will share how to store them tomorrow. That will be done tomorrow because semi-fondant cake class is tomorrow. Now you can give him hairstyle as per your wish. In the meantime, let me give him some hair. I can take some questions. Anupur? Yes, it becomes dry, so it loses shine and glossiness. You can steam it. I mean, use a steamer to just steam it to make it shiny. But if it's a handbag or something, only then steam it. You don't want the human to look sweaty, do you? Why do you want them to look glossy? Very good. मतलब पूरी तलना है, पूरी खाना है, लेकिन तेल नहीं चाहिए. Very good. ऐसे कस्टमर से हाथ जोड़ लो. I will show you in the business session how to avoid such customers. So wait for the business session. Keep this question. This is very important. Please keep this for your business session. I want you to ask this question, Rukaiya. All right. Yes, during rainy season, also you have to store it in a cool, dry place once it dries out. Once they dry out, then they will not become mushy. So I've put a patch in the center. And now I will do the sides also. पढ़ो. Ma'am, maybe is asking, ma'am, will you take long cover the whole cake with fondant tomorrow? No. Riddhi, please go and read your module. अब आप लोग को जब मैं सेमी फॉन्डेंट केक सिखाती हूँ, when I tell you that the module has complete fondant basics, no, fondant कोई नहीं खाता. And when I tell you I'm going to teach you semi fondant cake, then you want to learn how to cover it in full fondant. Full fondant is not part of this class, but yeah, semi fondant cakes are, because they are too much in, and we want to make the most using semi fondant cakes. And how to store the semi fondant cakes, where to store the semi fondant cakes, when your toppers also slide off the wall of your cream cakes, right? All that will be catered to tomorrow. What? When the group opens, then you can show me. Of course, the group will be there for all of us to decide. And oh, Priyanka, did you make a topper right now with me? Is that what you're saying? Yes, I saw Priyanka was doing something. I think she was making something. Yes? Sure. I'll come back to you. Wait. I'll come back to you. Wait. Yes, I saw she was doing something. So suddenly I remembered. Yeah, she was making something good. चलो भाई बाल लग गए लड़के के जूता शू अरे पिन करो मुझे Can you see this? Okay. One thing is still, couple of things that need to be done are, number one is I'll give him some shoes. देना टाइलस मिला के दो अच्छे से टाइलस मिला के देना ब्लैक क्यों ब्राउन पैंट हो गई ना हाँ so match the shoes with the pant and also highlight ये नहीं दूसरा वाला ये वाला So take gel color on a plate and put some highlights with the Dresden tool. See, it will seem as if otherwise the eyes will look very, very dull and blank. See. बाल हटाइए आप अपने. Let me give you that shine. Okay. Shoot. And same is with the lion also. Now, let's give him shoes. So I think shoes are the last part of the class. वो तो बाद में करेंगे. Now, oh, it's 12:55. Okay, we can do the leaves also today. Done it quickly. So now take a little fondant. Again, giving the same shape. And then shape it like a shoe. However you want. You want him to wear a pointy shoe or whatever. I'm not very good with shoes, but I'm just trying. What we can do is we can cut this part. नीचे का part cut कर लो. Okay. And पकड़ना इसका ऊपर से. पकड़. Now apply a little water with my brush. And may open this up, tuck it in. Wait. Don't. Wait. And put it back. दूसरा भी करूंगी ना. Now, I would want you to dry out the shoes before you place them because otherwise they are going to go chapta. They will flatten out, right? So please, before placing the shoes, I'm just showing you quickly how to do it. But when you do it at home, I would suggest कि आप shoes को पहनाने के पहले before you put the shoes in, I mean, make him wear it. So prepare them ahead of time and allow it to dry. छोड़ दो एक बार. It will hold. सामने से ज़्यादा shape पता चलता है. So now whatever shape you want to give, you can use a tool and you can give it the shape. But I would take them off. I'm just showing it to you how to place it. All right. Now I just want to remove this because it's very wobbly and the figurine is not dried out yet. I don't want to take any risk. Let him dry out completely. We'll make the shoes and keep it aside. See, give it some sort of shape like this from the sides. Okay, and then keep it aside. You can make it because now what will happen is his entire body's weight will be on the shoes, right? And it can get damaged. So let it be. Let them dry out first. One of my shoes have become broader than the other shoe because of its weight. So let it be. Let it dry. Now, pink cluster dust. So last thing is to give them a little blush on the cheeks. Okay, take any fluffy soft brush and take luster dust. Pink or peach luster dust will do. दे दो. So the one that I'm using today is Glint. Glint luster dust. See, this is how it comes. Pink. Don't take too much. Just dip in and get rid of the excess. In fact, dab dab, and then see my figurine is really. I mean, it's not completely dried. Do you see the difference? A tiny blush. Let's do it for the others also. For the girl, and we're doing it for the lion also because lion also needs to be party ready. It looks nice. It looks cute. Okay. So take the questions to push. If you mess up while using marker, then it is difficult because marker will end up doing a lot of smudge on your figurine. So I've taken out a flower also and I'm putting it on the hair like this. See? And the skirt is firm now, absolutely firm. Because we have added tilers to it. Okay? So these were the figurines that were to be done today. And there is one monkey 2D figurine that we will do tomorrow. This one. Okay? because the 2D figurines need to be made fresh, and I'm going to show you how to make leaf toppers dry. कोई भी दे दो, green कोई भी दे दो. Okay, in the meantime, Priyanka, show me what you've done. Okay, I can see a patch here. I missed this patch. I'm going to put in some black fondant. Can you see this patch? I stood up and just saw now. I was sitting, so I could not see this. So I'll just put this patch here. Yes, Priyanka, क्या बनाया आपने? दिखाइए.
मैम मुझे पता नहीं कैसा बना है. I'll show you.
Please दिखाओ. Very good, Priyanka. For the first try and also alongside, you made very well. See, what best I can say is the structures are holding shape. The
मैम
structures are
ये
not.
टूट रहा है, broken.
Which one is broken? Leg.
This both.
Yeah, why? Because you made them both hang like this. Okay, so did you
मैम
add
थोड़ा
Tyler's
tear हो
powder
रहा
to
है.
it?
नहीं मैम.
तो फिर तो टूटेगा यार. तुम लोग असल बात बताते नहीं हो कि क्यों टूट रहा है. You did not add
नहीं.
Tyler's. I added Tyler's to it. Of course, it will break. But you did very well.
Hey
So
मैम.
you said no,
I
ma'am.
have. नहीं मतलब मैंने उसमें डाला नहीं है क्योंकि फिर बाद में मैं उसको ब्रेक कर दूंगी बाद में.
Okay, so say that
To make
because you have
again.
not added Tyler's, that's why it's breaking. If you would have added
अच्छा.
Tyler's, it would have, yeah, it would have hold its shape.
मैम
It would have held.
फाउंडेंट बहुत ऑयली है फाउंडेंट. तो
Sorry,
टाइलोस ही ऐड करो ना.
sorry.
ऑयली बहुत है फाउंडेंट. ब्रेक होता है मैम
नहीं,
फाउंडेंट.
Tylos is not for making it. अरे बाबा, Tylos is not for making your fondant dry. Tylos will make your fondant hard, absolutely hard. Use corn flour if it's sticky. Use
हाँ
corn
मैम
flour if
यूज
it's
किया.
sticky, not Tylos powder. Tylos powder is
नहीं मैंने.
firm, hold the shape. Otherwise, you will destroy. You will waste a lot of fondant.
ओके
If you
मैम.
add Tylos just for the sake of making it not mushy.
ओके मैम.
Okay. So if it's mushy, please use corn flour. If it's dry, then use shortening, vegetable shortening. Tylos powder का purpose बिल्कुल अलग है. Tylos powder का purpose है to make it firm. See, or sorry, it's holding the shape. See, it's not moving. It's not droopy. It's not falling. The leg is see holding its shape. Tylos powder will form things as it is, as shape you want to achieve. Just adding Tylos to it. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
That is the idea of using Tylos powder. Do not replace corn flour with Tylos.
ठीक है मैम.
Okay?
ओके.
Now, I'll show you how to make leaves. So I'm taking the question answers from the chat today. There won't be any live questions. Please feel free to post your questions in the chat. Or do you want me to take the live questions? You can do that also, no problem. So I'm taking green fondant. दिखा दो विजन का पैकेट एक बार. It's the same green that I'm using. Okay, green sugar paste. And start rolling it. Now take any leaf cutter and place it. Drag it a little and So when you roll it, these extra fondant that's stuck in will keep coming out, okay? And then you need a pointy tool to clean this up. Okay? And now take it out using a flat thing. Don't use a pointy thing. And this is your leaf. Okay? वहाँ पे दो तीन और निकाल दो मुझे दो एक और निकाल दो Now, when you have to dry it, always make sure you have tylose in it. Once you have tylose in it, roll out fondant and cut out the shape that you want. Now you need two of these because you want to dry it. So when you have two of these, then you will place dip it in water, place it here, and apply water, punching in both together. See. And clean it up a little. Clean it up a little from the center and the joints that you see. Sorry, it's my bad. So what happened was, I'm reading the chat. So when you take out these two leaves, when you do a flip, what happens is they will be, you need one side to go on top of the other. Matlab, when you take out this piece, it goes like this. Okay. When you flip, you can use it. You can still use it. You just cut out the grooves. I'll just cut out the grooves and show you. Meanwhile, give me two more pieces. एक बार वो भी दिखा दूं. Read out the questions, Nupur, so that I can take them. So, if you place it like this in microwave for overnight, it will hold the shape. And it will dry out like this. See? Dry. Fully dry. Okay? See? Good. Very good, Prachit. Is glint Neha? ढक्कन देना एक बार. उसका कवर दे दो ना दिखा देती. Glint. This is the sand. Is it visible? I'm showing you the gold because in the pink one I have my this. If I flip it, it will fall. निकाल के देखो. Okay. Just for the custom, can we mix water and Tyler's powder to make edible food? See, just with people say that you can, but I would suggest take a little bit of water, put in fondant, and make a mushy paste, and it acts better as a edible glue. दो जल्दी दो. इसका लाइन का कलर देने को टेल बनाओ. So give the lion a little tail also. So put it here. and maybe so lions have chotu sa tail, right? And in the end there is a brown this thing also hair. So we'll make it bend because we don't want to make it like really tall going down. I'll take question answers live, Nupur. Please raise your hands for question answers. We'll take them one by one. Nupur pin करो. अभी नहीं ले रही मैं क्वेश्चन आंसर फिनिश करने को क्लास. हाँ ठीक है नहीं. All right. So sorry. So this is when you use the leaf. This cutter is such that you cannot do a flip like this. So you have to place it directly on top of each other. Okay. So you place the skewer here. Dipped in water. Place it like this. Apply water. And place this also on the bottom leaf and punch to get the exact shape. See? If you flip it, you have to do a little, carving that I had to do, like little cutting and adjustment. Okay. So now, how will you dry the toppers? Like I said, you can either keep it in the oven or keep it in the microwave. Let's take the question answer now. It's 1:13 till 1:45. We can take the questions 1:13, 1:15. 1:15 se leke 20 minutes we can take question answers. Okay? So give me 2 minutes. Let me just do the setup.
हेलो, मेरा नाम वैशाली है और मैं दिल्ली में रहती हूँ। मैंने संगीता मैम से 30 डेज बूट कैंप के क्लासेस लिए थे। मुझे केक के बारे में कुछ भी नॉलेज नहीं था। मैम ने इतने अच्छे तरीके से समझाया। अभी मैं घर जाके भी प्रैक्टिस करती हूँ तो इतना इजी लगता है। मुझे आता ही नहीं था फिगरेंस बनाना, बहुत इजीली सिखाया मैम ने। ओवरऑल एक्सपीरियंस बहुत अच्छा था, कॉन्फिडेंस आ गया खुद के ऊपर। थैंक यू।
Hello, my name is Abhay Kumarai. I am from Delhi. I have joined a 30-day boot camp under Sangeeta Mam. So in the starting, I have no idea about this baking. I have a very low confidence. Day by day, I increase my confidence after the learning so many things. The way Sangeeta Mam taught us, it was very good. I have learned so many things, and now I'm confident and I can do my own bakery. Thank you so much.
Hello, I am Samya. I am a home baker. I came here to learn from Sangeeta Mam. My experience is so good. In these 4 days, I learned ganache cake with fondant, and now I can make 2-tier, 3-tier, 4-tier cakes. And before, I never touched the fondant, but now it's so helpful the way she taught us. I never experienced like this before. Her cake is so different in the industry and the market because I never seen this type of fairy tale cakes in my life. It's so amazing, so helpful. I suggest everyone please come and learn from Sangeeta ma'am. Thank you so much ma'am for teaching us.
Hi everyone. So we'll go one by one. Today first is Prachi. Unmute Prachi.